Let me clear the air right now. I'm a die-hard New York Giants fan. I love the Giants. I love Eli Manning. I know they had a tough loss last weekend playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. I know they're having a tough season in general. But I love watching them. They're my favorite team. Eli Manning is one of my heroes. Now, when I'm watching teams play, when I'm watching the NFL, it's very hard for me to watch a team that are not the Giants. For whatever reason, I just love watching the Giants, and during the regular season, I can't really watch any other team. But there's one exception to that rule. There's one player who caught my attention in ways that I can't even fully describe. Whenever he was playing, he never played on the Giants, but whenever he was playing, I felt compelled to watch him. His name was Junior Seau, and he was an American professional football player for a number of teams, including the San Diego Chargers, the Miami Dolphins, and the New England Patriots. It's rare, even for a professional athlete, for someone to bring that level of energy and passion day in and day out to what they do. I mean, other players in the league said Junior is literally one of the most passionate players in the history of our planet. He'd wake up his teammates at 4:30 in the morning, before 5 in the morning, to get ready for the Sunday game. He was a true leader. His go-to signature move was the fist pump. If he made a great play on defense, like getting a sack or making an interception, he would do the fist pump. Or if he was cheering on his teammates from the sidelines, watching the offense make a great play, he would do the fist pump. It was just so powerful. It really represented his energy and the way he was. I adopted that in my life. I played football and baseball in my life, and I just loved the way that he exuded that energy day in and day out. Now, I'm very careful about who I look up to, about who I select as my hero. But there's a significant reason why I picked Junior Seau as my hero. He created the foundation to help reduce drug abuse and violence in our young kids today, and he left a lasting legacy on our planet. A powerful man, and there is so much light and love here. Over 2 years ago, in May of 2012, I found out from my father that Junior Seau shot himself in the chest and took away his own life. To this week, to this day, to this very moment, I still cannot believe it. It doesn't make any sense. He had everything going for him. He had a successful NFL career behind him. He had money. He had recognition. He had millions of people who respected and loved him. I couldn't believe it. Right in the chest. When I reflected on it and thought about what happened, I realized that most things are not what they seem to be. People may have the success, the recognition, the money, but they're lost on the inside because you never know what someone else is going through. How do I know that? Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because I used to be one of them. Let me quickly share with you a story that happened at the end of my high school years that ties in perfectly to what I'm talking about, and then I'll tie it all together and leave us feeling empowered and fantastic. 7.5 to 8 years ago, at the end of my high school career, as a senior in high school, I was playing sports. I played both football and baseball. Football went horribly. I didn't get 1 second of playing time. The other players in the team, especially my age, didn't get much playing time either. Fine, it happens. But baseball was my life. It was my absolute life. Have you ever had something that you cared about so much, just that you loved, and you genuinely and sincerely enjoyed putting your focus and attention on, to the point where you felt your self-worth getting caught up in it? Have you ever had that love for something? For me, that was baseball. I said, okay, football didn't go well, and I did have a good balance. I got good grades, I stayed involved, but I consciously put all of my focus and energy into being on this team. I quit my winter sport so I could just train non-stop the entire winter. Now let me be very clear about something. I was a good player, and this isn't just me saying this. I played on top Connecticut summer travel baseball teams, AAU, where the best players from Connecticut got together. And then we went and competed against the best players from around the country. We had tournaments, I remember, in Florida, Georgia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, all over. On top of that, I got recruited by Division II and multiple Division III schools to play baseball at a higher level, at an elite level. I went to showcases and I was tearing it up. I was doing amazing, and it was a really good feeling to have all my hard work pay off. I played baseball my entire life. I'm from the Sandy Hook side of Newtown, Connecticut. So I would get my neighborhood friends and we'd go play on the baseball diamond at Sandy Hook Elementary School, dreaming of one day playing in the majors. I played up in Newtown Middle School all the way through high school. This is something that my entire life I constantly dreamed and fantasized of being on the team spring of my senior year of high school. So tryouts roll around. I'm prepared. I feel great. And yes, I was a college recruit. Yes, I had all these summer teams that I was playing on at an elite level, but I still had to make the team. Now, of course, everyone expected me to be on the team in a good way. I was on the varsity team as a junior, and I got into tryouts. So I was gearing up, and we're facing a really tough pitcher, and I got up to the plate, and he struck out a lot of our best hitters. He was a Division I recruit, a senior just like me, got recruited by one of the best schools in the entire country, an incredible pitcher. And I was fouling off pitches. I went deep into the count, 2-2 pitch, no one could hit him, and I crushed a double off him. I remember that feeling of elation, of joy and pride that my hard work finally paid off, almost a home run, off the left center field fence. Teammates were cheering for me. We didn't win the game, but they were just excited that someone got a hit off of this guy. So we take the bus back to the locker room, and I'm on cloud nine. All my hard work paid off. And the coach takes out his list, and I'm excited. I'm fantasizing about it's finally arrived. My entire life I've waited for this moment. It's finally arrived. I did it. He reads off the names of the people who made the team, and my name wasn't on the list. I was cut. I was cut from the baseball team. Anyone here ever been cut before? I couldn't believe it. I was in shock. And I had so much of my self-worth wrapped up on this team is what made it so incredibly difficult. Now, when I speak to middle school students, to high school students, to graduate students, and also to colleges and universities and their students, this message really resonates with them. But I'm so passionate about it, and it's so powerful that I feel confident it'll resonate with you too. When I was driving home from that tryout in my car, I remember I had these negative thoughts, these 3 negative thoughts I'll never forget. And I was trying to shake them, but the more I resisted those thoughts, the more they persisted in my mind. And I was grinding my teeth, and I had breakouts and acting, and my entire senior year was just the worst year you could ever imagine. It's supposed to be your best year, worst year of my entire life. And I remember those 3 thoughts: I'm nobody, I'm worthless, I'm a failure. I couldn't shake it. I'm dry. I'm nobody, I'm worthless, I'm a failure. Because when you're feeling down, when you're feeling depressed, your mind plays tricks on you. When I got home, when I got back into the garage, I was shaking in my car. I was actually shaking. And I thought, how am I going to tell my sister, who was so excited to see me play in my final season of baseball? How am I going to tell my parents and friends who knew me to be one of the best players, not only in the state of Connecticut, but in the United States of America? How am I going to tell my college coach who I committed to playing at, and who knew that I was coming here to play baseball at an elite level, yes, for my good grades, but also because of my baseball talent? That night, I didn't know if I wanted to continue living. I looked at the rope in my garage, and then I looked through the window out to the tree out back, and I was not sure if I wanted to continue living. There was a spark that went off inside me. It was from foundational knowledge and from things that I've done, but it was one last spark that went off inside me. And even though my self-worth was gone, and even though I felt like my dream was shattered, and even though I felt down, the spark went off inside me that said, stop projecting into the future. My entire life was, someday I'll be happy. When I'm on the team, then I'll be happy. When I'm a high school star, then I'll be happy. So I geared 4 years of high school training to be happy in my spring of my senior year. It got taken from me. I said, stop projecting to the future. Stop worrying about the anxieties of the past. I said, just do one breath at a time. I was like, just one breath at a time. Get through this moment, go to bed. Let me share with you that I am incredibly blessed and lucky to have 2 of the most wonderful parents on the planet. My mom teaches at a preschool, and she also teaches after-school programs at Sandy Hook Elementary School. My dad is an amazing programmer, and I have 2 of the most supportive parents in the world. My dad has always been there for me. My mom has always cheered me on in all my endeavors when no one else did. They really helped a lot. that foundation I had, coupled with talking to them, helped a lot. Well, what do I want to leave you with? What solid, practical, hard-hitting tips can I leave you with that I pulled from this experience, knowing that there are Junior Seaus all around us, knowing that most things aren't what they seem, knowing that success, money, and recognition doesn't matter if you don't have your inner life in tune? Well, the first paradigm is to take care of yourself. And there's 3 subpoints to taking care of yourself. The first point is gratitude, attitude of gratitude. It took me so long to learn this, but what you focus on actually expands. As I've read books by Wayne Dyer, Deepak Chopra, Brian Tracy, Robin Sharma, what they say is that you actually create your own reality and what you focus on expands. I didn't know that at 17, but I learned it over time. So every night before I go to bed, I'll just jot down a few things I'm grateful for. For example, I'll say I'm grateful for my vision. I'm grateful for my arms and legs. Not everyone in the world has arms and legs. I'm grateful that I have food. I'm grateful that I have a place to sleep. There's usually and almost always something to be grateful for. The second tip to taking care of yourself is to build a foundation. When you build a foundation, you surround yourself with the right people. It doesn't have to be a lot of people. This might be a friend from work, a friend from school, colleague, relative, acquaintance, coworker, whoever. But if you know they're there, if you need them, if you need someone to talk to, it will help you a lot. And then the other part about building your foundation, don't make the same mistake I did. Don't consciously put all of your self-worth into one thing outside of your control. Remember this, your self-worth is greater than any person's opinion, any circumstance, or any sport could ever dictate. Your self-worth is greater than any person's opinion, any circumstance, or any sport could ever dictate. Diversify your activities, have different reference groups, and realize that your self-worth truly is infinite. Third point about taking care of yourself, self-disclosure. It's like letting the light in. Now, I'm not talking about just telling everyone you know. I'm talking about maybe, like I said before, a close friend, a colleague, even an acquaintance, a relative, anyone. But when you tell someone, it helps to alleviate your suffering. Now, it's not going to solve all your problems. It's not going to take away all of your suffering. But it will alleviate some of it, and having someone to listen to will help a lot. Remember that you have to take care of yourself to be able to help other people. And remember this, once you take care of yourself, then you can get out and start encouraging other people. The second paradigm and the final paradigm has 2 points, and that's about getting out of yourself into other people and to move forward with your life. Point 1 about moving forward with your life is to encourage other people. When someone comes to you with a goal or a dream, look them in the eyes and say, I see that fire in your eyes and that passion in your soul, and light them on fire. Put that belief in them that causes them to know that they have a purpose for being here on this planet. Wayne Dyer says that each child is born with secret orders. Nothing happens by accident. You are here right where you're supposed to be, in the exact circumstance you're supposed to be in, and everything happens in divine order. I didn't know that at 17, but I'm sharing you what I learned from my mistakes because I've made more mistakes than anyone else on the planet, most likely. So you disclose it to someone, you feel better, like I talked about, you built that foundation, and then you're moving forward into encouraging other people. What's the final tip I want to leave you with? God forbid I get hit by a bus tomorrow, 1 in a million chance, and my time up on the planet is over. I can only share one thing with the world before I went. It would be this. It's the greatest insight I've ever come across. It's transformed my life, and it caused me to move out of rock bottom to move forward. There is a hidden opportunity in every setback. There is a hidden opportunity in every setback. Never in a million billion years, at the age of 17, would I have predicted that I would end up traveling to 51 countries across 5 continents, that I would end up finding a publisher and distributing a book internationally, that I would end up speaking at high schools in Europe, New York, Connecticut, and other parts of the United States of America. If someone told me that at the age of 17, I literally would have wanted to punch them in the face. I would have said, stop telling me something I can't do. I can't do that. I'm nobody. I'm no one. I'm dirt. That's what I would have said to them at 17. Find the opportunity in your setback. It may not be initially apparent. It may be hard to find, but I promise you there is always a silver lining. It may take some time for that silver lining to emerge, but that one tip above all else has transformed the way I've approached life, my interactions with other people, and getting out there and helping other people in the world, because this is really not about me. Yes, I shared experiences, but it's about helping other people. I haven't given anyone here a gift. You've given me the gift. When you listen to someone, when you truly encourage and be there for them, you're giving them the gift. So when I'm driving to work this morning in my car with my thoughts, I'm going to think, wow, I was given an amazing gift this morning because people listened to me. And I am eternally grateful for you giving me that gift. Say you have no one else to talk to, that you feel like you're at rock bottom. You don't know what to do. I know what that feels like. I've been there. Our situations and circumstances are vastly different. But feelings are universal. Feelings are what connect us in the human family, not only across the country, but the world. If you have no one else to talk to, and you feel like you're at rock bottom, and you were embarrassed like I was to tell another soul about what happened, then give me a call. I'll talk to you. I will tell you that you have a purpose. I will tell you that you are here for a reason, that everything happens for a reason, and that you can find the hidden opportunity in your setback. My cell phone number is 203-837-0902. One more time, my cell phone number is 203-837-0902. Setbacks happen all the time. It's challenging, it's difficult, that's life. It happens to every one of us. But if you connect with that spark inside you, if you continually move forward and take action by not only building that foundation in yourself, but by getting into other people and realizing that they can achieve their dreams too, that you can help other people, that you can find that hidden gem within the worst circumstance. If you do that, I promise you, you will reach the mountaintop. Junior Seau, this one's for you. Thank you.